Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have saved Assguard and are taking a day off. Juniper hired a new town watch despite distracting friends. Butthole said a pleasant farewell to Oversword Everheart, and Quinny tried to find funding for his spy ring. But what will happen now that Alyn has stepped out of a portal? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons!
As we've established, as we started to explore the Great Collide, there are a number of variations on the way things went, the kind of people that exist in each world, how the weave of magic manifests in each world. But there are also some constants, and there are also some things that kind of travel through. And although Jarno Albrecht didn't become Glassstaff in 2099, his lineage still carried a certain degree of magical aptitude. And granted, his son in that universe got better with a gun than with magic. But his son kind of had the touch, Glassstaff or no. And so Seamus found himself just understanding certain things about how this portal was supposed to work, despite how different it was from his world. And though there was no magic to draw on in 2099, having a healthy sort of magical weave in this world allowed him, through luck and through some degree of intuition, to cause a weird fucking thing back in Ravenloft. So, Alyn, you had observed as one of your gates, one of the many broken ones underneath Strahd and Not Pete's castle, continue to kind of spark and twitch. This isn't the first person who had found you through a Raven Gate. It's not the first person you found through a Raven Gate. There are now many apprentices working under you underneath the castle, you know, when the luau's aren't keeping you up or distracted. Or, you know, when you're not sleeping and pondering the mysteries of a universe that is slowly beginning to unfold for you. And yet one day, this young guy who you recognized from your time in 2099 stumbled forward through a portal. And that was a couple days ago. As I mentioned, you've got a lot of apprentices now. You have a number of people that you're training. As the mistress of the Raven Gates, part of your job is getting this network kind of back up and running, not just for the Dum-Dums, but for the greater use of the world. And your favorite kind of pupils are the ones who just don't cause you that many problems because you're very busy. And Seamus weirdly has turned out to be a bit of a project.
You mean that Seamus solved a problem that I didn't even know existed by showing up?
Correct. And so it is that after a few days of instruction, he's already showing tremendous promise. Honestly, having gates that work has made teaching him very easy because he's been working. He's like that kid in Iron Man 3, you know, just tinkering with broken shit. And then you're like, here's working shit. What do you do with that? He's like, oh, this. And you're just like, okay, this is nice. And so it is that you and Seamus step back through this portal that he's managed to stabilize for the first time into Butthole's bedroom to find Quinny standing there somewhat shocked. Quinny, you just remarked, Alyn, it's you. And she'd said, hello, Quinny. What do you do?
I think there's like the urge to like run up and embrace my friend is strong, but I think there's a little bit of hesitation to cross this threshold of this portal just because of how unstable we've known them to be in Butthole's bedroom. So Quinny's like, he's like starting and stopping to step forward, like, is it safe to come through?
Mr. Alyn, is it safe? I think it's good. I think I did it right.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'll come through. And Alyn steps through.
Yeah, I think Quinny and Seamus, you both have the same moment of like, as she does. And then Seamus like lets out a sigh of relief and just does one of those fold forward like,
well, yeah, she's here. I'm like, I jump up to like hug her.
Whoa. Okay.
Appropriate hug height. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, you too. It's, lots happened.
Yeah, here too.
You okay though?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Butthole's all right?
Bit of a bigger
He's
question.
alive?
He is alive.
Okay.
He is alive where this is his bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah. He's king of a of I was about to say a ka. It's Assguard. That's what we call this place now.
Yeah, how'd that happened?
How'd that happen? We held a vote.
Yes.
And the people wanted to be known as Assguard.
It shouldn't surprise me.
No, yeah. Can you stay? Do you want to see some folks, or I don't? How did this happen, Seamus? What were you doing over there?
Oh, sir, Mr. Minister of Culture, I have been attempting to get this portal to work for some time, and one day I managed to get a corner of it working by just really focusing on it, and then it was kind of like I could see through it, and I could kind of see this room with other portals, and I just kept focusing, and then I heard Mistress Alyn on the other side commenting on it, and that kind of helped me focus, and so I was able to stabilize it long enough to jump through, and then it slammed shut behind me. But Mistress Alyn has been very patient with me, helping to explain how these work, and so I've been working on getting this one back up and running because I want to be helpful to the kingdom of Assguard.
Do your dads know about this?
Oh, hell no. No, are you kidding? I'm going to tell them now, but no,
How long have you been gone, kid?
just a couple days.
All right. I'm not going to be the one to tell him what happened. You tell him.
I will.
How old is Seamus?
I think we established Seamus is like 12, I think.
Come on, Quinny, he's old enough.
Yeah, right? He's old enough to tell his dads?
Yeah, but it's up to him.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is that I didn't even know my dad existed for a really long time because he was off trying to blow up the conglomerata and stuff. So
I don't know what that is.
Also, his magical aptitude is crazy.
Also, my magical aptitude is crazy. So
I heard her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look, can you, Seamus, do this again?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And he turns and he does like a bit of the Doctor Strange thing where he's just like got like the Xavier hand to his side and he says, it's hard with you guys watching.
Seamus, just do what you would do if we weren't here.
Yeah. Okay. And then
it's not a performance.
And he just turns back and just like puts a hand against the portal and it shuts.
Perfect.
That was perfect?
Yeah? Did it feel weird, Seamus?
No, it just kind of felt like I put my hand against it and I imagined it wasn't there and it wasn't there anymore.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Can you open one too?
And he just like concentrates for a second, turns and yes, puts his hand against it and he has to kind of like squint a bit and focus. But sure enough, the portal kind of leaps to life, still with a bit of that static around the edges. So the portal itself is still a bit damaged, but yes, I think it like picks up I don't know what would even be on the floor in these new rooms now that they've been tidied up. So it just like takes off a shoe and throws it through the portal. And he's like, well, my shoe survived, so that's pretty good.
Alyn, was that perfect also?
Seamus?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. You're hired.
Amazing. Can you tell my dad's that part, or do I have to tell him the whole thing?
You have to tell them the whole thing.
Okay. Yep. He reaches, gets a shoe.
Alyn, come see Butthole with me. He'd love to see you.
Tom, is there a reason that I'm here other than just being like, hey, we're working on the portals? And there's now a way to come to...
Narratively, it's literally just he's your apprentice, and so you're in the middle of stuff, but like if you want to go visit Butthole, you can. But no, you're not here on like I've come on an urgent quest or like to go on an urgent quest. This is, you're just dropping the kid off at the daycare.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, if we'll say a quick hello, but we got to get back.
Oh, okay.
I got to get back.
You got serious stuff going on?
Yes, restoring all of the gates.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm assuming
yeah.
That's like an incalculable number of...
It's a lot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got some pretty serious stuff going on here, too, you know? Spy networks and... You don't look that impressed. I'll go find Butthole.
Great. Butthole, you have just arrived back from meeting with Provost Everheart. I mean, you stopped for a small fist.
Oh, yeah, but that was while walking. I was like, it was like Brad Pitt in a bunch of the 90s movies where he just celebrates,
doing
little punches, walking forwards.
That's so specific. I can see it clear as day. That's incredible.
It's a good pull. So yes, you've arrived back at the castle, and I think it's easy enough for you to have like a West Wing chance hallway encounter of trading on Butthole.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's knowing Annan and that there would then be servants who are also capable. When the king is walking around, you could probably just ask somebody and they know where he is in the building if he arrives. So yeah, I mean, he'd show up wherever.
Yeah, I'm sure wherever you are, Quinny has asked after you to find out where you're at, and then you just hear Quinny like, hey, Butthole.
Yeah, I imagine Butthole gets onto the elevator, like hits a button, and then like either you or a servant just gets on it, hits a higher button up to his room, and it's like, oh, okay. Rides it up.
Yeah.
Door opens. It's the wrong floor. Lets it close. Waits till he gets to the top and then steps out.
Look who showed up.
Hey, so somebody pushed the button for me, so clearly something's going on. What's happening? Because paint the picture of the apartment. Small anteroom outside of elevator.
Yeah.
Reginald's room off to the side. Then stairs up. Then open concept office area.
Yeah. Here, come on over here.
Hey, Butthole.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
How are you? He says, coming up the stairs.
Doing great. Seamus got the portal stable.
Nice work.
Well, stable mostly. It's still a little bit rough around the edges, but we can come through.
So it works?
It works.
And it works, but it's not pretty.
Yeah.
That's great. You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen a friend. And he steps forwards, and then he does an official gray water hello. And he takes Alyn's head in his hands, and he kisses her, and then he touches each of her teeth with his tongue. And he's like, finally. People here seem to think that it's weird, and I don't want to like affect their culture. But I know you take this in the spirit that it's given.
I remember this.
Yeah, you know, because we're old friends. So what are you doing here? It's great to have you back. Clearly, Seamus got this where. Did he just like open a door to you, and then he was like hanging out?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Follow-up question. Can anyone come through the portal directly into the room below where I sleep?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who has access to the pocket dimension that kind of exists under Barovia.
Sir, as I understand it, the focus gem on this is what's connecting it to the rest of the network. This gate's pretty fucked up. Messed up, Your Highness. So if we just take the gem out, then it's almost impossible for anyone who isn't Mistress Alyn to do it. But Mistress Alyn can pretty much open any gate anywhere. She's awesome.
Oh, yeah, no question. So if we take the gem out, we're not going to get any like minor wizards through. Is there a way to move this gate down to like, I don't know, the courtyard so it's not in my room for the universe's most powerful wizards to just walk through the door and be like, it's my kingdom now? I ask Seamus earmuffs. Do you do earmuffs? Okay, good. He does earmuffs. Alyn, I ask because the Planteers are incredibly powerful magicians who are undoubtedly going to want to kill us at one point. Technically, they have a god.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, they have a god already. So if they can get through this gate, I'm going to get murdered while Reginald's downstairs. Is there a way to move a gate to somewhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. Just tell me where you want it moved.
Courtyard. Inside the walls is great because we can send friends in and out, but if somebody hostile is going to show up, at least they're not inside the building.
Right, and it'll be guarded, I assume?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we guard the walls, so like we can carry that. We got hammers in here, so that's all there. Unless you think I should put it somewhere else. You're pretty smart.
I mean, I just don't want to get bombarded by some random person coming in.
The gem is,
if I get surprised.
The gem is going to be with me or with purpose.
Yeah,
it's not just going to be like left there. Also, I think Seamus is the only one on our end who knows how to open it. Quinny, is there a downside to the courtyard? Should it be outside the walls or inside the walls?
Courtyard sounds fine. Seamus, can you make another one of these in my office?
No, these are ancient pieces of technology. We could put this one in your office if Mr. Alyn knows how to move it. But once she's moved it, wherever it is, that's where it's at. I can't move these things.
All right, maybe not the courtyard then. If I could have this, if that's secure.
But then it's inside the building again. They just burst out of your office and are in the building.
Yeah, Annan set up a bunch of like...
booby traps? Are we talking like a Reginald sleep room?
I think I can swing a Reginald sleep room as it pertains to the portal, where there's a bunch of false surfaces and things like that for things like flip out, so that I can alternate from Minister of Culture to my other job.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm thinking just keep the portal in storage, flip it out when I need it. When it's in storage, maybe we put some kind of hex or something like that so that...
So I can't come through?
I would say without a heads up.
And how would you like this heads up?
I don't know.
Through a portal?
Yeah, she can't do that then. That's the problem with...
I thought you could make them anywhere.
No, she can walk through them anywhere, but she's not actually... She's powering the... I don't know how I know this, but this actually makes sense to me. I am getting more mature. She can come through the portal, but she can't make a portal.
Okay.
So wherever we put it is where it's going to be. So if we booby trap it and
So
like
it's got to be safe for Alyn to come through.
Yes.
But it has to be dangerous for enemies to come through. So...
I mean,
No.
It has to be-
Again, I'm in pocket dimension.
I've missed you guys. This is really like us back in the old day where we can't even decide a basic thing.
It's really secure where I am.
Okay.
Okay, what we were saying was, if it's going to be inside the castle where they have full access to everything and no security prepared, then we have to protect the portal in case Captain Plantier comes through it.
Okay.
If it's outside the building, then we don't need the sim because we'll have time to react to a Plantier arrival.
Okay, then. So we'll have it outside for that reason.
Sure.
And I'll just conduct my spy master business outside with that portal.
It feels like you're being sarcastic, but I'm not sure.
I'm stating what I think is the only option, even though I don't love it.
Okay. I don't know if you saw the stage play.
I didn't. Let's just. That's just
you don't
how
see
this
plays.
goes.
Alyn, did you ever see any of the Stargate stage plays?
Oh, is that like the movie Stargate?
What's
What's
the
a
movie
movie?
Stargate?
Oh, we have movies in my dimension.
What's a
do they
movie?
not?
What's a movie?
Well,
Yes, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's
You're
a
welcome.
movie?
It's like pictures that go really fast, and you put them on a wall, and you can like watch an image.
Yeah, imagine
Sounds
like a stage play that's
okay.
like the image is like captured forever, and you can just watch it over and
it's
over
like
and over
painting.
again.
It's like a painting of a
It's
play.
like a painting, but it moves. So it's like you're watching a window into a theater.
So it's like an illusion spell on a painting.
I'm going to keep my eyes on a painting that moves. I have to run alongside it, or
No,
Why wouldn't you just go see the play instead of watching a painting of the play?
because you can have these paintings in your house.
So people just want to sit around and watch a painting from a chair?
Well, yeah, or you can also listen to the painting sometimes. Sometimes people put it out in small formats where you can listen to it in 45-minute ad-supported or patron-supported audio formats where you can just like listen to it, or you could watch it. Sometimes people do it for free over. Well, that was all before the collapse.
Seamus?
Of course, yes. Sorry, portals.
I mean, I'm just going to say right now, that sounds terrible. I don't know why anyone would do it, and it borderline sounds like a scam.
but thank you for watching.
And listening. Okay, because we could, because we've got a couple of different places around, or we could build something around it. If we move the Raven Gate outside for now into the courtyard, we could build a structure over and around it. Like
Okay.
we could tent it like they've had to do with, I think, Stargates in some different locations, as opposed to just building them into a basement like we had in the Fortress of Forlorn Hope.
So some sort of spy gazebo.
Hut. Imagine like a barracks built around it, so we can walk big things out or in, but we can put security on the doors. It's walled off. There's a
right.
big room that we can also have hammers at the edges of and say, lock the doors.
Cool.
Then you can go in and out, work at night if you want, or whatever shift you need.
Also, based on what I've been reading about portals from the various books that we've been able to find, it seems as though there are other ways to open other portals. Just the Raven Gates specifically are all linked together. So, sir, if for your Ministry of Culturing you need portals themselves, that's probably technology. If you had more wizards, you could have. But for now, this will link us to the other gates.
Okay, well, that's the goal then, because I want to basically be able to talk to anyone, anywhere. That's kind of how this is going to have to work.
Oh, yeah. That's
for
actually,
information to move efficiently.
that'd be good homework for you, Shims, because the other thing is we could make that portal probably smaller. It doesn't need to be big Raven Gate. That could be slip a note through it, hand stuff. And then
hand
Captain
mirror.
Plantier's not flying through that.
Yeah. I really wish you guys had phones.
What's a phone?
Never mind.
It's a really convenient way of talking across long distances.
Oh, it's just like a thaumaturgical cell phone.
Oh, you do have those. Okay, cool. Yes, I can look into
do, that's
those.
right.
I'll, Mr. Salin has offered to continue to teach me as one of the many pupils of the Raven Gates. So I can look
cool.
into other things and learn there. But you respectfully, you guys need more wizards.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on a magic school thing. So, Alyn, do you want a teaching job? Guest lecturer?
Looks like she's got one. He points to Seamus.
Guest lecturer? Guest
I
lecturer?
mean, I could.
We can give you an honorary doctorate. People love those for some reason.
I don't need that.
No one does, but people keep taking them for some reason. It doesn't do anything. I don't understand it.
No, it will. I'm literally doing what I'm following my calling as it is. I have a lot to do, but I could do a seminar.
Okay,
maybe.
yeah. Do you know what? We'll follow up with you through the Raven Gate at some point. It'll really, we got to work around your schedule, and of course, it's going to have to match the syllabus. So, we'll figure that out in the timing. But okay, cool. Seamus, great. I love this idea of you learning more. We can move the Raven Gate outside, and then what we'll do is technically it'll be outdoors, and then we'll just build new doors around it. So that'll be its own thing over there.
That's great. Yeah, because honestly, if you open it and it's windy, I don't want sand blowing into my workspace.
Oh, yeah. We've got the giant flaming wall. You haven't had a chance to really see the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. And he just turns Alyn around. And he's like, see, this is the kingdom.
It's a kingdom.
Yeah, they almost killed everything on the planet with this thing.
Where do you grow your food?
Oh, we don't. It's a problem.
I burn it, as it turns out.
What?
I don't know.
There was an army outside, and they all went to the bathroom in the ground. Can I turn that into a farm?
I wouldn't. I would.
No.
Why not?
Growing up on a farm, I'd say
Fertilizer's poop.
That's not human poop.
That's not
it's
how that
different.
works.
No, it's different.
Well, some of it could be like orc. Is that good to grow
Can't
in?
Juniper grow stuff?
That's a great question. She's kind of been away. We've had a goblin giving a lot of speeches, and then an elderly forger who likes to run paint nights. I haven't had a lot of Juniper of late.
I think she's around now.
All right, well, we'll talk to her in a minute. Okay, so, Alyn, what have you been up to? Oh, Seamus, you already de-earmuffed yourself. You're doing fine. Okay, Alyn, no, you're fine. What's been going on with you? It's nice to have you back. Are you here?
Connecting
you want citizenship?
portals. Sure, yes.
Oh, congratulations. You're a citizen of Assguard.
Perfect.
Bing, bang, boom, witnessed.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Come swing by anytime.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing the portal thing, getting stuff connected. Raven Gates.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that good for you?
Yeah.
Great. Have you talked to any of your family? Have you been in touch with Bryn? Have you been trying to see how they're doing? Because we lost. Oh, no.
No.
Do you know if they're alive?
Nope.
Is that okay?
I don't know. She's alive or she's not.
Yep. Those are the big two. Yeah, I guess. I can't argue with that.
Butthole, can you roll me an insight?
Those are the big two. Nat 20.
Whoa.
You can feel a sort of an enormity of scope coming off Alyn in a similar way to like looking at Moonhammer, thinking about your own divinity, where it's just like you can kind of tell that she's galaxy braining shit now.
Oh, you're becoming a god too. That's
What?
Interesting. Are you going to give birth to a god, or are you going to become a god?
No.
What do you mean? No, I could tell. One god to another. Oh, by the way, I'm going to become a god or give birth to a god. So that's happening.
Okay.
Can you feel my god brain? Because I can feel your god brain. It's nuts in there.
You can snap a portal and leave if you're so inclined.
I don't know. I look, powers are strange things. You get strong enough, you effectively become a god. So sure, we're all becoming gods eventually, right? We die first, whatever.
Does that make Seamus your follower?
No.
I'm an apprentice.
Yeah.
So he learns your teachings, he follows
No
your
one's gonna
methodologies, and he
pray
spreads
to
us
me.
around
That's
the
your thing.
world. What do you mean it's my thing?
I'm not like you.
I don't know. You seem mysterious. You got a strong vibe. You got powers. You're kind of rude. You're a bit of a sociopath. That seems like most gods that I'm aware of.
Yeah, okay. Most wizards, honestly.
No. You have not met Balthazar Durian. I'm going to tell you, wizards are different than we all thought they were. Because I've met wizards, and some of them are weird.
Have you met Mordenkainen?
You're asking me if I've met the most famous wizard who ever existed, as though that's a description of the average wizard?
I think he's the ideal wizard.
Yeah.
Have you met
Drizzt
Do'Urden? Is that every town guard? No, they're the coolest version.
Actually, Alyn, you did meet Drizzt Do'Urden in 2099.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't remember the details.
It's
is
fine.
my
I also don't know
problem.
that Alyn would bring that up in front of Butthole.
Yeah.
You're trying to get out of this conversation. You're like, actually, I did meet that guy.
It is funny. I was like, I did meet him. It didn't leave much of an impression.
Like the ironic problem is Alyn didn't remember the name and it didn't stick.
Yeah. It was like vaguely familiar, but
Yeah, purple guy, right?
I meet people.
I've met.
On the ratio of wizards.
I'm reconnecting Raven Gates. I'm meeting a lot of people.
Okay, so I stand by it. I would say on the ratio of wizards, Morden Kanan, top, then you, theoretically below right now, but becoming a god afterwards.
This discussion doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Butthole. I have stuff to do. Seamus connected the gates, and we got it working. So, I'm sorry. I gotta.
Well, don't say
I
you're
gotta
sorry
go.
when you don't mean it, because I don't think you're actually
No,
sorry.
well, it's more that it's a regrettable circumstance that we don't have more time.
You're
Does that make sense?
Is it a circumstance or is it it feels like you're choosing to go?
Yes. I'm not really comfortable with this discussion about the God stuff, and I know you well enough to know that you're not going to let certain points go, and I don't want to argue them.
Do you having been gone for as long as you've been gone and having changed clearly as much as you've changed, it is very disappointing that you think I would be the same person I was at the beginning of a journey when you didn't ask me what that journey is. But you can go. You've got important things to do.
You can always come back when you got time. You'll be out in the bunker in the courtyard.
Can we just put kind of a pin in this conversation? We'll come back to it. I'm just not in the right space.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you when you're back.
Okay. I have missed you guys, just so you know.
Yeah, missed you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, miss you a lot.
And Goblin Jr. walks up and just rubs along beside you.
Hey, buddy.
Yes, no, no.
All right. Well, best of luck with ruling a kingdom.
Yeah, good luck with the gates. Mm-hmm. All of them. Connecting them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot.
What happens when you connect them all?
For the record, there's a look to the DM and I shrugged, so that's not a great sign. There's, it's...
I mean, it's an ancient technology, magical portals. I mean, this...
You don't know?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to put a fucking pin in that too, I can tell you that much.
Find out, though.
Okay. Cool. I hope,
look, they were connected
good.
a long time ago, and the world still exists. Like, it's...
You know what? Fair point. I mean, I don't know any of that stuff, but okay. Yeah. If that was the case, then all right. Maybe they were disconnected for a reason, but also I don't know what that would be.
No, it seems like they were broken, not disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Might be something to do with a certain collide. But that's a Juniper thing. That's not this conversation.
That's not Seamus cluing us in.
No, that's Tom. Yeah.
Anyway, not seeing any negative effects. So
great.
And it'll prove the way we can move.
Yeah, that'll be great.
So
this is a one way? Like this is the gate to you, or is this a gate to all Raven gates?
I'm confident with the focus gem that it's able to really, really change how these things work. So it's incredible that you managed to get your hands on it. With it, I should be able to connect it to any other active Raven gate.
Oh, perfect.
So the Fortress of Forlorn Hope's gate was undamaged, so it should work fine. But from what I've learned from some of the other apprentices studying under Mistress Alyn, there are a number of different gates around the realm. There's one in Neverwinter we can connect to. I can send you to Waterdeep, to Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate?
Yes, the gate is rather literal in that particular case, but yes, I can send you to that city if you wanted to go.
We're going to need to show you a map of Baldur's Gate in a minute.
A very specific portion of the map.
Okay.
Well, I've got a bigger map, and he's got a little map, but we need to know how close the gate is, basically.
Okay, yeah, sure. I think I don't know where.
I mean, if you want to come through, we can.
Yeah, we
Yeah, you can go to Baldur's Gate. Sure.
Super. All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, yeah, then we got some work to do.
Yeah,
Alyn?
if you could move this outside
Yeah.
to the courtyard.
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
great.
for sure.
Thank you.
Just show me exactly where.
And he points out the window, just down at a spot. He wants it to be out of the way, but where you could march people out into this space.
Alyn, what does this look like with your magics?
It looks almost like it's being crumpled out of existence.
Nice.
So it's almost like the space that the gate is occupying is crumpling in on itself until it disappears, and then it will reform in its intended location.
Seamus's age starts to show through a bit as he just like runs and smacks his face against the glass to just like watch in awe as it reforms outside. And just down on the courtyard, you see people like, the fuck? Just as the gate appears. And then just immediately like hammerers just surround it. Two facing inward, two facing outward.
I think Alyn wants to yell at the window, like, hands off the gate.
Yeah. Go to a balcony. Just, it's okay. It's all right. Just don't touch it.
Thumbs up from the courtyard.
It's the Wyvern landing helipad that we have up there. We go and yell down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just Juliet it off the balcony. Yeah, great. So they nod. They turn back out and instead are just putting up a little barricade to protect the gate.
All right. Well, thanks. Alyn, do you have to go down there now
problem.
to get back, or
Uh,
you want to get in the elevator?
Yeah, there's an elevator right there.
let's go down.
Okay.
And so all of you descend down to ground level in the elevator of, I think we call it the elevator of victory.
Yep.
Yep. You arrive in the courtyard and
It still smells like pig. No, no. I mean, Al wouldn't know it still smells like anything, but
it does still smell.
We've
smells
cleaned
kinda
out
like
the blood in the severed head bits. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you reach ground level. Annan is kind of shocked to see you, but gives you like a polite nod, but also recognizes a busy person on their way to be busy, so it doesn't bother you. Continues to go about her business. The hammerers kind of stand aside. They create one of those little like anytime Palpatine steps off the shuttle, or they're just like the stormtroopers are kind of at alert. They just kind of like line up leading up to the portal, and Seamus goes up. Clicks the focus gem back in, adjusts it. It takes him a couple tries this time because there's like a ton of people around and it's the circumstance, but he gets the gate back open, and then just kind of turns expectantly to you, Alyn.
all right. Well, Seamus, did you need to stay behind, talk to your dads?
Yeah, I gotta go talk to my dads.
Okay.
I'll tell them you said hi though.
Yeah, please do. And come through.
Yep.
Anytime.
Yep. Well,
And if you have trouble with your dads, contact me.
I will, and I will.
Okay.
When I do.
Okay. Good work.
Thank you, Mr. Sal.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent work.
And like legitimately, he gets a point of inspiration that I won't need because I don't roll dice for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right.
Wait until the conversation with his dads.
Yeah, fair point.
You'll need it there.
Series of dexterity saves.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll Quinny Butthole.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. Bring it in one more time. One for the road.
Yeah. All right.
Gives-
We'll give Quinny a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna Baldur's Gate, right?
So Seamus can actually connect them without going through. They're not.
Right.
You don't need to have a bunch of people tromp through your lab.
Right.
They could come through though.
I mean, with the gem and everything, Seamus can get through. So whenever he's around here, you'll be able to contact me, assuming I'm in that weird pocket dimension. Assuming I'm there on the other side.
Great. Appreciated.
Cool.
So
Butthole will offer you a hand.
Alyn will shake his hand. All right. See you around.
See ya.
We'll
Bye.
See you soon.
Yeah.
And with that, the Raven Gate just time like snaps out of existence. There's no more crackling or anything else. Alyn's rebuild of it seems to have smoothed out some of those edges, and Seamus just pops the gem back out, and he says, "Yeah, this thing is a real marvel. This is very strange. I think there's a lot of stuff we can do with this. So we'll just keep figuring it out. I gotta go talk to my dad's, but you let me know when you want to go to Baldur's Gate and."
Yeah, let us know how things go with your dads, if you need any help with that conversation or us to kind of chime in. But yeah, that sounds super. We'll bring you in when we're ready to talk Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I didn't know either of them existed until like not that long ago, and they also kind of their own thing, and I kind of lost everyone I know, so it's nice to have a thing that's just mine, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally cool. It's just Alyn said that she could help you with your dads, and trying to send Alyn to deal with someone who's highly emotional is a really great way if you want to have like a battle over who has more power, and it's usually Alyn, but I don't know if your dads are actually going to be cool with that, whereas Quinny or I might be able to approach them from a more emotional angle than Alyn might.
Yeah, your dads love me.
You guys
Quinny's
really,
a very good liar, and he understands human feelings and how to manipulate them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I care a great deal.
I mean, I kind of thought you and my dad hated each other after, you know, you like.
Don't mime that. Don't do
I
that.
also do think like
I had to deal with.
Alyn has spent more time with them still than these guys, but whatever. I'm not here.
I was going to say, you're arguing with Ryan the player, not Butthole the character, to be clear. Butthole is not aware of any of that.
Yeah.
He didn't go there.
Yeah, but I appreciate that, Your Highness, and I know they greatly respect the two of you and the Chief Justice. So yeah, I'll go talk to them and I'll see how that goes. And
yeah, before you go, I just want to clarify one thing because I think it's worth pointing out. Like I dealt with a lot of killing my mom problems, and ended up having to do that myself.
Oh,
and the fact that it got done, and like the biggest factor of my trust is that your dads are the architects of this nation. If I had a personal grudge, if I didn't like them, if there was any of that, I mean, I wouldn't put them in charge of essentially building my heart.
Wow. That's powerful. I always understood that you had kind of a mutual respect. I just didn't understand that it went beyond that.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of trust there, or I wouldn't put them in charge of nothing.
You're a really good king.
Thank you.
I think you're also the first king I've ever met, but I think you're a really good king.
I haven't met a lot outside of like petty tyrants, so try my best.
Guys. That is something I learned from my dad's. Fuck those guys.
That's a pretty good lesson to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get yelled at, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Highness. Your Minister
Quinny.
You're Quinny.
Thank you.
And thank you, Gatekeeper.
Oh shit! Wait till fucking Ginny hears about this. This is gonna blow her mind. And he just like runs off.
As soon as he's gone, Quinny like turns to Butthole, just like a big grimace on his face of like, "What was that with you and Alyn? Holy shit!"
I think one of the reasons I don't trust you is because the relationship with Alyn is very transactional.
The relationship
between me and Alyn.
Your relationship.
Yes.
It's transactional.
Yes.
That's the reason you don't trust me?
I don't have a lot of close friends.
Right.
I had the worst childhood imaginable.
Right.
Followed by falling in with mercenaries, where like people dying was generally laughed at, which I didn't really care for, or like shitting in someone's boots was about as close as friendship got.
Right.
Then we went on a lot of adventures, which were intense, and you and Alyn were like the deal, and Goblin Jr. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting you. Yeah. And then Alyn got really into magic, and Alyn got really into kind of power, and Alyn got really into all of that, and then it became less. I'm beating around the bush, and I don't need to do that. You're here.
Yeah, of course.
You came with me here.
Yeah.
To free the kingdom and the planet and help me with my parents, and you stuck around when it was miserable afterwards, even though I like threw you in the water and ran away naked, and then you had to convince me not to be a monk.
I remember that.
Yeah. Alyn didn't do any of that.
Well, no.
And if I start a conversation Alyn doesn't want to have, Alyn just says no and then leaves. And that's a boundary. And that's a reasonable boundary for Alyn to draw if Alyn has no interest. I'm king of a nation having murdered my parents. Alyn didn't even ask me how I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I don't factor into the Raven Gates. Alyn likes a puzzle. Alyn doesn't even know what Alyn gets at the end of this journey.
Yeah.
Alyn's becoming a god or whatever Alyn's version of a god is, or just having all the powers and responsibilities of a god, but I choose a different title, which is like a level of semantics I can appreciate as a semantics guy. But like, then we're just discussing language, but it's actually something there. You stayed, you shared, and you stay when it's not easy. Alyn didn't. So of my two, I'm batting 50. Like, it's a 50-50. It's a coin flip on the most significant people in my life preferring, what if I can open a bunch of magic doors, or what if I can help you with your family and save the world and protect each other and all of those things. Alyn doesn't even care about Alyn's family.
Yeah.
If Alyn hadn't come through that gate with Seamus, I think Alyn might give the same answer on whether we're alive or not.
If someone over there asked about us.
Yeah. We're alive or we're not.
That would make sense, yeah. The big two.
I'm just saying there's a big difference between those big two and the other considerations.
Yeah.
At this point, Juniper, I think you show up super excited because you just hired the best town watch.
She burst in.
Yeah.
It's like, we have a town watch.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Great.
I'm just sensing.
We have a Raven Gate.
Yeah, I'm just sensing the atmosphere in here. I'm sorry.
No. Honestly,
That's all right.
I think we like it. Here's the thing. It seems like we have this feeling because usually when you see this feeling, we're in conflict with each other.
Yeah.
And instead, just sharing.
You're okay? Are you okay?
I mean, life and long-term friendships can be complicated when people go separate paths, but it doesn't make anybody evil. It just makes people different.
That's really mature.
But now, who did you hire, and what are their names?
Oh, I have a list.
And Goblin Jr. sidles over to you, Juniper, as you're getting your list ready. Do you have to cast speech? I ask this every time.
I have speak with animals, which I have to cast.
Great. And you just kind of like bumps.
Oh. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Quinny.
Yeah.
Earmuffs.
Such bullshit. I can't just turn mine off.
Yeah. So, like, shit, he does the pause over here as he falls forward on his snoot.
Quinny does earmuffs.
Yeah.
I have to do a quick snap prayer. Okay, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. This is Butthole internally seeing Goblin Jr. go to talk to Juniper. He has speak with animals as a spell, and I was debating his snap prayer of like, do I listen in or do I trust that Goblin Jr. has my best interests at heart? He trusts Goblin Jr., who has his best interests at heart.
And Goblin Jr. Just sidles up to you and he goes, hey, look, I think those two might have just accidentally done their first couples therapy.
What?
They were just like, it was real weird. They had like a weird moment with an old friend and then started talking really honestly to each other about shit. And they're both being pretty blunt about it. And
They're both vulnerable?
Very, yeah. And I mean, like, look, I know,
Earmuffs.
I was just laughing at Tyler being like, just in his physicality, not saying it out loud.
Dr. Martha was, gonna be the one to sit in on this, but I just want to say in terms of like keeping track and stuff, because you asked me to keep an eye on, but I think that might count for this first one. I feel pretty good about it. I think it was a good first step. I mean, you can still
I
talk
appreciate
to them if
that.
you
I'm
want,
glad.
but, like,
It's a good step.
Yeah.
They're still doing all of the couples therapy.
They should.
Yeah.
I just, we got to go catch
you.
that weird lady in the woods. So I figured maybe we want to boot that a bit down. Hey, I'm just a dog. What do I know?
No, maybe we can do it on the, I was going to say on the way to Baldur's Gate would have been great. So many weeks. But now we're just going to be there.
Yeah, fast travel's a bitch.
Quinny, do you know what they're talking about? I'm trying to stay out, but now it's been long enough that I'm like super curious.
I can't read lips. I don't.
Okay.
Fuck.
Did
That
they
was
Puts his
fuck.
hands
I
on
saw
his own
fuck.
ears. He's just
I know
joining
fuck.
Quinny.
Did they have a good resolution?
A little bit.
Did they seem closer by the end of it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, Quinny's still being Quinny about it, but yeah.
Well,
they talked about, like, what actually matters in their relationship, and Butthole is very clear about, like, why the relationship matters. Quinny still needs to share more, but, like, pretty good start.
okay. I can just remind him to share more. But okay, maybe we can push it back to after.
Oh, so you said you got
Baldur's
the Town
Gate.
Watch thing going, right?
Yeah.
Did you get my Robe
Not
of
yet.
Wolves yet? Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm
Thanks.
sorry.
Thanks. Hey,
Look.
he gestures earmuffs
Just
off.
falls
when
over again.
Yeah. This time he rolls over on his back adorably and kicks his little legs up, but he's doing the, you can take your earmuffs off.
All right.
Butthole will also take his earmuffs off.
Snarf, snarf. He actually just said snarf, snarf for the time.
But I mean, Butthole's just like, oh yeah, of course. Butthole's the guy who thinks he speaks a foreign language and like gets 4 words out of 10. He's like, okay, so so you get the Town Watch, very exciting. Also, it got pointed out you're very good at making like plants grow and like the ground be good,
Yeah.
and you seem to like doing that, right?
Love it.
Great. So it's just outside of town, the army kind of pooped and peed in a bunch of holes, and I thought we could plant plants there, and then people were telling me that wouldn't work.
No.
What if you did your magic on it so that we don't just have an army full of crap and piss directly outside the walls?
Yes. We do need to plant some stuff first. I can't just like.
Can't just turn piss and shit into food.
Well, not. No, I mean
Could you
not
make the
enough.
piss
I
grow?
can.
We're not an Arby's.
Yeah.
Please sponsor us, Arby's.
We have the meat.
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean. So what I do is basically take what's already there, and I enrich it.
Okay, I have a question for you.
So-
If we had a bunch of fruits and vegetables that were burned right beside a wall that is now collapsed,
They have
if you
seeds. Ooh.
they grew up out of plantier bullshit, but they're real plants. People are eating them, and nobody's dying.
All right, we have to extract the seeds from them.
Could we extract these? Or could you just do the magic over where the
Well,
seeds would have fallen to the ground among all the ash?
Honestly, if we've got all the seeds there, as long as there's whatever's still alive, I can enrich. I mean, it'll just mean that the harvest will be like twice as much as it would have been otherwise.
I mean, that's
So
pretty,
we still got people have to like work it.
that's pretty good,
But-
because if you can hit the part that's still alive and then just put your bonus
Yeah.
into the other ash zone, that would be incredible.
Okay.
Like that would be an incredible gift to the city if you're
Okay.
if you're
We
up
just need
for it.
people to basically like till it and make sure the seeds are in the ground, and we're gonna have
That
watering.
if we
and
give
all
that to
stuff.
Annan and Leanne, like we've got enough
Yeah.
people here, and we've got the Abbey of the Golden Sheaf coming, so we could probably figure out if we could do like a seed exchange or something with
Right.
them. We might be able to buy some.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to take our architects away from their work, but I know they also have some experience with farming, because I've seen them in their farming efforts, and
Oh,
Quinny's
yeah.
parents know a fair bit as well. So we could bring agriculture into our educational system and do like
I think that's
kinda like
essential.
on site work training and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be part of prison reform?
It's a fine line between learning a skill and being forced to do labor.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. I don't mean force them to do it. I just mean like.
I'd love to teaching
Yeah.
work skills and stuff so they can do it other than
Yeah,
murders
no,
and
not as
stealing
like
is
part
great.
of sentencing. I mean,
Oh,
as
yeah, I
like
just
the
wanted to make sure.
option.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love that. I think everybody should have access to education. Okay, so we'll get some farm stuff going.
Yeah.
What do you need to make this happen?
I need seeds to go in the soil,
Okay.
and I just need everything to be in the right place.
Okay, but like, do you need time or do
Oh
you
yeah,
need, like,
I
a
just need
diamond or
to. I
something?
need like no. I just need. No. I just need basically like 8 hours to like lie down and
she
and
did
hang
this-
out in the middle of it all.
She did this when you were brother. What's it?
Brother
Actually,
Ted.
I
Brother
should
Ted.
turn into Gartok.
Why does
so-
Gartok have to do it?
He
just likes it more.
loves it so
No,
much.
I mean,
Okay,
All right.
so we think we found a way to get to Baldur's Gate really quickly through these portals. Because
Whoa, that
Seamus should be able to take this
Whoa.
Raven Gate right here.
Yeah.
We're going to build a whole building around it so that it's not just out in the middle of
Smart.
the open. Yeah, it'll be great. Star great. Then we'll go through that so we can get straight to Baldur's Gate. We got to figure out exactly where it is relative to it.
Yeah.
But if we want to get on this race gray thing and we know Zabiana's in danger, then we probably want to go like tomorrow.
I would like to do it soon, yes.
So if we can put a couple of things in place here, get everything geared up and ready to go, then we can head out. So if we can get your 8-hour thing done, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then we can figure out what else we need to do. But that's super.
That's great for agriculture. That does not solve the piss and shit problem that you described earlier.
I think we're just going to have to bury it over. I think it's just going to be unless we want to ship it out.
To
Tanners buy piss. I don't know anybody who buys shit.
Oh.
I don't know if they're going to buy
really old desert
sand
piss.
soaked in piss.
Would it be up to us to separate the piss from the shit before we ship it out? Or do the tanners
honestly,
handle
why
that?
wouldn't we, if we were going to do that, why wouldn't we just cut out the middle thing and just collect everyone's piss on a daily basis?
I mean, that's probably a good idea, and it'd be a great way to generate tax funds. I think what we could do is...
Piss tax.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just had to say it.
I think, do you know what? It may even be a piss dividend. Put the piss in, we'll sell it to the tanners, and everybody in the city gets slightly better, whatever. So literally, if you pee here, you don't have you get a break on taxes.
For the indignity of having to pee in a specific place.
Just great way to contribute to society, pissing in this bucket. And now, less taxes. That's a good idea for the future, but I'm going to think right now. We can see if anybody in town has use for it. Otherwise, we can just bury it in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's far enough out. They weren't parked right next to the gate.
It's also safe to say the army probably did some of this work for you.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
Just
this
a
doesn't
sec.
seem
Can
like
we just,
the king or...
ding. You go up the elevator, you look out, and he's like, oh, they buried it. Okay, so it's there, but if somebody wants it, they can dig up the piss and shit holes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to make the plants better. I thought we were done with piss and shit, but now we got it dealt with. So the plants can grow better. Mm-hmm. I want to talk with you, Quinny, about some Ginny stuff. Because now that we're not all going to war, if Ginny is going to be the next successor to the throne, we've shifted from needing her to be a secret heir to the throne to needing to establish some legitimacy.
All right.
So that if we have to change hands in this darkest timeline that we're imagining, people know she's the princess instead of being surprise, there's a princess.
Right. Okay.
Or prince or prince. She can choose her own title.
She was working on her formal royal address when I went to see her. She doesn't know that I know that, but yeah, she's taking it very seriously.
That's great.
Yeah, I worry that she's it's more of a burden on her than I think we anticipated. It's kind of become a all-encompassing deal for her, from what I could tell. I managed to convince her to go play with Bucky for a bit, but...
Perfect. That's very good. We probably need to find a balance then between here's some actual training so you're not trying to teach yourself in your room because that feels like you're really set up for failure because you're just going to imagine yourself failing and then repeat.
She was not great at it, yeah.
Yeah, so let's set up some dedicated time where it's you're learning over here. And then this is go play with, or I don't know, just kick Bucky, whatever he likes. I'm sure she's having a good time doing it.
I don't know what, yeah.
But we got that. We got the plants. And then...
Yeah, maybe I can wrangle the town watch into spreading out all the leftovers with the seeds.
I think people often see town watch as kind of looming around and trying to catch people doing things wrong. And as a first day of a new town watch, seeing them spend it planting seeds that will then feed the rest of the town, I think that's a pretty strong opening statement for this is Juniper and the rest of the gang's watch. This is what justice is here.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. Do you know what? I'll leave get 3 or 4 to actually patrol. So,
Yeah, that's great. Check in with people.
Yeah,
so many people are building things that are absolutely going to fall down, and Annan doesn't really have enforcement. So if they could just go around and be like, hey, put a beam here. If you got anybody who's good at building, please. We don't have codes, and we need codes.
Yeah, just for everyone's safety. Okay, yeah. We'll find the right people.
All right, so we have a Ginny conversation, we have planting, and just general health and safety check.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have your actions for the day before you depart for Baldur's Gate. So with that, Juniper, you've got seeds and fixing buildings. And Butthole and Quinny, you have trying to fix succession.
Nothing ever goes wrong in Succession. I've heard it's a real laugh.
Yeah. It's great.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alyn, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, Aiden, Beef Not Cheese, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.